What do I need at a bare minimum if the crapper hits the fan to stay in business without any... Check it out, guys. It's going to be 2 to 3 minutes. A lot of people DM me, Bobby, explain the break even. If I invest in multifamily and things hit the crapper, how do I stay in business? You keep talking about the break even. Stress your underwriting model. Make sure you're investing in the correct asset to withstand issues. Well, here you go, man. I'm giving back. Say, for example, this is how you figure out and you stress, what is my break even? What do I have to hit to make sure I always have to pay my expenses and my debt service without going out of business? How do I not fall into foreclosure or have my loan called? Check it out. Say, for example, you have $670,000 and $580 in annual expenses. Then you take the annual debt service, your loan, $1,053,000, $154,000. You add those two items, $1,723,734. You divide that by your annual potential rent. Say your total gross potential rent is $2,184,000. You take this number, and again, you're getting it from your annual expenses. You're adding your annual debt service. You're coming up with $1,723,734. You divide that by your annual gross potential rent. You're going to come up with your break even, guys, at 78.93%. That is your break even, meaning that this asset, this investment can withstand a 21% vacancy versus the 5 that's standard out there. That's how you underwrite. That check marks. However, there's 2 items. Be careful about this. Keep control of your annual expenses. If these annual expenses go higher, this number gets affected, meaning in a negative way. If your annual debt service goes higher, this changes. What do you mean by annual debt service? A lot of people get interest only for first 2 or 3 years, but then the principal, P&I, kicks in, meaning that your annual debt service goes higher. You got to really keep track, and at the same time, you can't depend on your potential gross revenue increasing because you're going to be entering a tough market where you're not going to get any increase. You're just staying to just survive. If you want a screenshot of this, DM me. I'll make sure my staff gets it to you. This is how you stress and you make sure you don't ever violate this policy, man. Make it your core value. Stress the asset. What do I need at a bare minimum if the crapper hits the fan to stay in business without any defaults, without any interruption? I pay my annual debt service, my annual expenses, and I ride out the wave, man. This is what I didn't know when I overpaid in 05 and I over leveraged myself. And if you're not happy with a number, you got to look at your annual debt service. You need to maybe put up more equity to get lower leverage. This is a major thing not to ignore. This is what no one wants to talk about, man. PMA, sharing is caring, all from my heart. No motives, only good intentions given back to you, man. Looking for another Bobby. PMA.